Wow. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa for those of you new here, and thank you so much for watching. In today's video, as you can see by the title, I'll be testing out some new makeup products to create this look, and we have some winners and we also have some not so good winners. You'll have to stay tuned and check that out. If you haven't already seen my Target haul, link that up in the eye and down below. Yeah, like I said in that haul, I kind of blacked out in Target. If you are new here, I would love if you subscribe and join the little family growing here on YouTube, and hit the like button if you enjoy this video. Also hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a video, which is about 2 to 3 times a week. So yeah, I would love if you join the little family that's growing here on YouTube. But if you want to see how I got this look and how some of these new products worked out for me, then please keep on watching. Alrighty, I got you guys zoomed in. Adjust some things over here. Get my hair out of the way. It's a little more curly on this side for some reason, but anyways. All right, so we're gonna start off with no primer because I want to see how this foundation is gonna be on my skin. I have moisturizer on. It's been on for a couple hours actually. I've been kind of doing things around the house and computer work, and so my skin is like my skincare has definitely set in, but I feel like my moisturizer is already very glowy, so I don't want to put like the e.l.f. Halo Glow. And my pores seem to be okay, but again, I want to see how this foundation works on my skin. So this is the Revlon Illuminance Skin Caring Foundation. And this is in the shade 213. It has 5% squalane and hyaluronic acid. As you can see, it might be a little dark, or it actually might be okay, but we'll see. Comes with a pump. The shade is also called Light Natural, which tends to be a good match for my skin tone, is like that Light Natural name is usually what tends to be the case. So I'm going to just pump some on this brush, which is the BH Cosmetics No. 3 brush. It's my go-to foundation brush. Okay, it's not as like liquidy as I thought it was going to be, so we'll just have to see once I dab it on. Oh, the shade might actually be okay. So that was one pump, and we're just gonna kind of blend in. Oh wow, that actually might be a perfect shade match. There is no fragrance, so it smells pretty like just typical makeup smell. Wow, I mean, granted, I didn't exactly put a lot on, but I can hardly see it on my skin. So I'm wondering, interesting. From what I'm seeing is very like coverage, although over here it feels like it covered a lot of my freckles. I feel like my like redness is toned down a little bit and it looks a little more even out. Ooh, feels very lightweight. I want to put on a second pump to see if that helps out the coverage a little bit. So a little bit more on that. Just gonna go around. That actually seriously might be like a perfect shade match for me. Wow, looks really smooth. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of brush strokes, so I can't swipe too hard. Yeah, up really close, I can see some brush strokes. I'm really surprised like how good of a shade match that is. And you can see like a lot of my freckles have gone away. Some of them are still kind of showing. Wow, I really like how that looks. Like I feel like my skin looks really healthy, and I thought this was gonna be too dark, but I think it's like a perfect shade match for me right now. Interesting. Yeah, so if I keep kind of swiping at it, I definitely see some brush strokes, so keep that in mind. I'm a brush girl. I don't really like to use sponges, but this one might be good if you like to use sponges. Yeah, I would say definitely more medium coverage once I've layered, like put on like another layer. My skin looks really good. I like that. I haven't really tried a whole lot of Revlon product, but I'm impressed. Like I feel like it's not really heavy, but I feel like it evened everything out. It's actually toned down my freckles. Like in the viewfinder, it looks like my freckles are gone except for a couple like right here, but I think my skin looks amazing. Well, we're off to a good start. Also, actually, Let me tell you, I think this one was a little bit more on the expensive side for Drugstore, but I'm going to look it up real quick. I keep forgetting to do this like right off the bat, you know? Okay, so this retails for $15.99. I'm impressed so far. All right. Okay, so for concealer, I have the Makeup Revolution IRL Filter Finish Soft Matte Concealer, and I have it in the shade C7. Just to jump real quick on the Revlon Lumen Skin Caring Foundation. I'm just gonna pull up the claims. So this claims that the skin caring ingredients deeply hydrates and moisturizes skin. It has botanical antioxidants, fight free radicals, and protect skin from signs of aging. They actually had a suggested age, interesting, on here, which is 18 years and up. It says it's full coverage, which I don't really agree with. Yeah, I don't think this is full coverage, at least based off of that first pump. I mean, let me know down below if you've tried this and you think this is, let me know down below if you've tried this and you think this is full coverage. Like, to me, I don't feel like I would say it's like on camera, maybe it looks a little full coverage, but in person, I think it's medium for sure. But I think just the shade match, I'm so excited about this shade match. Yeah, so that was the foundation. So for concealer, I have the Makeup Revolution IRL Filter Finish Soft Matte Concealer in the shade C7, and this was $7, and it's clean, cruelty-free, vegan, and this says unreal results in real life. So it's saying that it has soft focus, instant coverage to filter out blemishes, dark circles, and fine lines. Well, we'll have to test it on that little guy right there. It's ultra buildable, full coverage, breathable, soft matte formulation. And it says, so say goodbye to cakey feeling. It will stay put for 16 hours. I'm filming this a little bit later in the day, so I'm not going to wear it for 16 hours. It has okra extract and hyaluronic acid. It's vegan and cruelty-free for smooth and plump fine lines, creating that filter. It smooths and plumps fine lines, creating the filter effect in real life. Full coverage, breathable, lightweight, blends effortlessly, 16-hour wear, soft matte finish, enriched with Vitox, which is okra extract and hyaluronic acid. Oil-free, crease-proof, sweat-proof, waterproof, and then it has a precision applicator. Okay. If I could get it open, I'd be able to tell you if I agree with it or not. Again, this is $7, which is pretty affordable. I do like Makeup Revolution products. I just haven't tried like their base products. Like I haven't tried their concealer or foundation. I have tried their bronzers and I really like those, and of course I have their soap brow as well. All right, woo, okay, so this is a very flat doe foot applicator, which is really interesting. This actually on the brush it looks darker than it does in the bottle, but we'll just have to see. I'm gonna dab right there. Okay, actually that's actually a good shade. Dab right there. Applicator is really interesting because it's just flat. That guy. So this seems to be a little bit lighter than the foundation, so this may not be a good shade if I want to cover some things up. I'm actually going to go ahead and immediately blend it in and see what the coverage is like. I typically would do like let it sit, do my brows, and then blend it in, but I want to see what the coverage is like if I don't do that, and just kind of what the formula is like. Okay, so I feel like the shade might be a little yellow, but that's good for kind of canceling out my under eyes right now. I agree, lightweight material. I agree, lightweight formula, and I have some fine lines, so we'll have to see how that plays out. Definitely seemed to set pretty quickly. Like down here, it set pretty quickly. It covered a decent amount, but I don't think anything's going to cover that. It definitely toned it down, that's for sure. And I feel like my dark circles are diffused a little bit. I feel like that honestly reminds me of the NYX one a little bit in terms of like how lightweight and more of like a serum formula. I like it so far. I feel like it looks a little matte for my liking. Again, it is a matte concealer. I feel like if I had just put on like my eye cream, maybe it would help with that. But I do like the coverage. Like, I feel like it's decent coverage. I don't think it's full coverage personally. But I mean, like on camera, it looks like boom, you know, everything's concealed, and like my whole base looks so good and healthy on camera. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's set pretty good. I almost feel like I don't need to put powder on that, but I'm gonna put powder on to see how I like it on there, because I typically like to put some powder on there. Yeah, I mean, right, first impression is like it's not my absolute favorite just yet. I actually realized I kind of want to put some on my, just like a little bit. Yeah, that applicator is just really interesting. It's just straight up like a foot just popping out. Let's see if it colors some of my hyperpigmentation here. I think it's blending well with the foundation, which is nice. Yeah, I mean, I think it just looks so natural. Like, it doesn't look heavy. That's the thing I'm really liking, is that so far nothing is looking heavy. Okay, I'm going to go into brows real quick. I don't have any new brow products, so I'm going to go with my tried and true NYX brow glue, and then I'm going to fill in with the NYX micro brow pencil. So I will be right back. Okay, brows are on, and I went ahead and just put on cream bronzer. I don't have a new cream bronzer, and the bronzer I put on is the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer in the shade Honey Drip. That's what I put on, and it went on top of the foundation really nicely. It didn't really disturb it or pick it up or anything like that. I am seeing in the concealer that it is settling a little bit, but I'm wondering if maybe I put too much, or I'm not sure. And I feel like some of the coverage is starting to go away. So I don't think that is full coverage, but I think it's a good medium coverage. If my eyes were a little bit more hydrated, I think it would just look a little less crepey. Like on me, it's looking a little crepey, but overall, like my skin itself, like with the foundation, looks amazing. So moving on to cream blush, I have the Ulta Beauty Too Cheeky for Lips and Cheek Cream Stick, and this is in the shade Close Up. I'm realizing as I have all the stuff together, this might be not a good shade for the eye look I'm doing today, but that's okay. It's fine. So nice. It's a nice little stick, and ooh, it actually has a plastic cover on it. I've only tried Ulta's Beauty's baked bronzer, which I really like. When I did the tester, it was like a great like everyday just blush, but to me it seems like it's a, oh yeah, so it's a nice soft diffuse kind of pink blush. I'm wondering with how dewy my foundation is, if it would be smart to just kind of go like this. But I'm gonna go with maybe that's not a good idea. I have a feeling it'll pick up. I mean, do I try it? Yeah, why not? Okay, so I'm gonna just kind of tap. Okay. Yeah, I feel like it's picking up some of the foundation. So that's gonna be a no bueno. So I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Putty Blush brush. It's been my go-to recently for cream blushes. I'm just gonna load up the brush and then kind of just put it on. It's a pretty color. There's a little bit of a glow to it, which I like. Yeah, by doing, like, just taking the stick on, I think it disturbed the foundation a little bit. So it's just gonna be one of those where I have to use the brush, which is fine. Like, you still get decent payoff on it. I feel like up close, like, it looks really I feel like up close it looks really smooth, and I like the color. It's a nice pink to it. I don't like, to me it reminds me a little bit of the Multiple from NARS, like their cream stick, which I have in the shade Orgasm, but I don't think it's like a straight up dupe, because I think the pink is a little bit different. Like this one, like NARS is a little bit more like a peachy pink, and this is, I think, more of a mauvey pink, but I think it still looks pretty. Like, this might be a good combo with Rosy Rosewood. Yeah, seeing on this side, like, it doesn't look like the foundation was picked up, but overall, I think it looks really good. I really like it. Yeah. I just, oh gosh, I love my base. I love my base. Just hope powder doesn't mess it up. That is what I'm hoping. I don't think I need to put that wig on, so Oh, and I keep forgetting to do the price. So the price of this was originally it was $12, but I got it on sale for $8.40, which is pretty good. And Ulta usually has their collection go on sale constantly, so I would say don't ever buy Ulta stuff full price. I've never bought Ulta stuff full price. Every time I've gone to purchase, they've been on sale, so be on the lookout for that. Also, sometimes with Target Circle, they do sales on different beauty products, and Ulta, now that Ulta's in Target, Ulta Beauty is under that as well, which is the sale that was going on when I purchased this. But yeah, I think it looks really good. It's not super punchy, which is like, honestly, I'm okay with. That's why I was thinking like this is a really good like everyday blush that I can just kind of put on really quick and go, and it's not too harsh and it's not over the top. So I'm really excited about that. Wow, so far so good. Like the concealer, I'm not completely happy with the concealer. Like it's fine. I'm wondering if it's a little just too matte for my liking, and also it could be the combination of just all this dewiness is making it look more matte. It is creasing and it is going into my fine lines, so I don't agree with that claim that it doesn't crease, because it is creasing. However, I haven't said it, but it's just me sitting. It shouldn't crease this much. Like I usually don't have to kind of tap it out this much. All right, so for powder, real quick, I am going to put on the NYX Mineral Veil Matte Finishing Powder because I want to see if the glow still comes in. I didn't want to put the Halo Glow on because my Halo Glow powder, because that would have been honestly just way too much. So I'm gonna set the concealer first, and then I will set the face. Yeah, so I don't think this is full coverage. However, I'm going to test it again to see if I do kind of like my sitting trick and see if that helps with the coverage of it, because I can already see like my dark circles are starting to peek through. I'm pretty sure you can kind of see it right here. And yeah, so I don't think full coverage. Maybe medium, but I don't think that's full coverage. All right, on to the face. So I think this foundation looks great, but I definitely think it's one of those that needs to set just based off of the fact that when I put that cream blush on, it moved. As you can see, I use a really big fluffy brush, so I'm not packing on the powder, and you can kind of see between the difference. Just I feel like the glow is still coming through, which is really good because I do like that glow aspect. I like a little bit more glowy skin. I feel like it doesn't look makeup-y. I feel like it looks just really healthy and smooth. I mean, over here you can really see just how like glowy it is, and this is a little diffused, but I feel like it's smoothed down and it's set. I mean, you'll have to let me know. Like, should I just leave it like this, or like should I go with a more glowy powder like to set everything, or just a straight up natural translucent powder, which I feel like this mineral one is very natural. Yeah, I'm really liking my skin right now. I mean, definitely you can tell like the bronzer and the blush kind of diffused a little bit, but that tends to happen. Yeah, I'm really excited about that foundation, and I usually am not that excited about foundation, but it almost feels like a more it feels like an e.l.f. Halo Glow with a little less glow and a little more coverage. So I'm really liking how that's looking. Okay, on to bronzer, and this one is not like new to the market, but it is new to me, and it is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Bronzer, and it is a soft matte finish. It's waterproof, and I have it in the shade 400 Tan, and it's a pretty dark foundation. However, I was kind of going back and forth between 350 and 400, and with summer coming up, I know I'm going to get tanner, so it'd probably be smarter to go with the darker one. But I actually want to see compared to the Charlotte Tilbury medium in terms of the color. So for some reason, I thought this is similar color. As you can see, it's a lot darker and a little more orange. So this will be interesting. That's all right. I'll make it work. I'll make it work. If I have to use lighter hands, we'll make it work. All right, so comes with a mirror on the inside, which is actually really nice if you want to put it in. Ooh, so funny. In this, it's actually looking a little powdery. Why am I not seeing that in this mirror? Yeah, I'm looking a little powdery, but I'm feeling that's going to go away once I do setting spray. Also, I need to exfoliate my skin, so there's also that too. All right, on to the bronzer. Go in with my normal bronzer brush, which is the BH Cosmetics number 2 brush. Ooh! Oh, okay. Very powdery, and look how dark that is. Wow. Okay, I was not expecting that. Wow. Okay. That like went everywhere. I really was not expecting that. See what happens. Okay. And actually, it's looking a little bit more yellow tone. Less orange. Blended really easily. I almost feel like it blended away a little too. Okay, I'm going to take this. I feel like I went a little low. Just kind of diffuse that a little bit. In person it looks really good. I was a little shocked with all the fallout that kind of happened. Interesting. Looks really good though. I feel like I just kind of brushed it a little low, which I don't remember going that low. It definitely just like everywhere. So when that happens, I just kind of go over with a powder brush to kind of diffuse that a little bit. It looks really smooth. It looks really nice. I'm still kind of reeling from how much kind of one of the things is I just have to like tap into, yeah, wow. So crazy, like that's how it starts and that's how it ends up. Definitely seems like one of those that you can kind of work with it a little bit. Yeah, I think in the summer like this would almost be a perfect shade for me. Might be just a little dark right now. It is very smooth. Like I do like that. It's very smooth and really easy to blend. I feel like that powderiness is just a little much for my liking. Kind of go down my neck a little bit. Wasn't trying to do that, but just kind of blend everything together. Yeah, that powder like just goes a long way. Okay, so shade aside, I think the powder is very smooth. I think the color is maybe a little yellow for my liking. But I'm not mad at it. I think it looks pretty good. It smoothed out. It was easy to blend, as you saw how harsh it was, and I was able to blend it out. Yeah, I mean, maybe a little dark, but I think in the summer it'll be really good and really nice. Yeah, and it just smoothed out that whole section right there. All right. Oh, good. Keep forgetting to do the price, and that one was $12.99, so a little bit more on the expensive side. So it says it's waterproof, good for sensitive skin, oily skin, or dry skin. Interesting. And it says that it's lightweight. Yeah, I would say it's lightweight for sure. Very, very pigmented. It has buildable coverage, soft matte finish, breathable, weightless. Yeah, I can feel like I don't really feel it on my skin. Transfer proof, waterproof, heat proof, humidity proof, and sweat proof. So maybe I'll check in later because I am going to be wearing this makeup to practice. So I can check in later and let you know how it all went down, to be honest. I think it just, the thing I don't like about it, because so this particular brush is angled and it is, or not angled, it is pretty flat and fluffy. And I feel like when I was brushing it, it was just like, which I'm not used to. So I don't know if I have to do a smaller brush to be a little bit more precise. Maybe I'll have to try that out. Actually, there's one thing I can do is kind of use this to kind of clean that up a little bit. It's so weird, like in person it doesn't look harsh or anything like that. So it's really nice, but I'll have to let you know if it if it lasts through waterproof. I don't know. I'll be able to test that, but heat proof, humidity proof, and sweat proof. We'll find that out later. So I will put that at the end. Yeah. So first impressions is like it's a nice powder. It's just like very, very powdery. Like there's a ton of fallout in this, and it just, as you can see, it kind of went really low and kind of like everywhere, which I am not like a fan of. But I was able, the good thing is I was able to fix it, and that's the nice part, is that you can work with it. I have not tried the powder foundation of this, but like I mean, I think it looks pretty good. It's not my favorite, but I think it looks pretty good for what I was, for the fact I had to work with it. Okay, highlighter. I'm going to just throw on from my project pen of Glow Gleam Beam, just really quick. I'm not going to actually put on too much since I feel like we got a nice little glow going. And then for blush, because I'm doing a pretty bold eye look, I am actually going to go into the Benefit Peachin blush, Benefit Box Blush in the shade Peachin, which is just like a neutral blush. Neutralize the pink like a little bit, but nothing crazy. I also like doing pinks, like a neutral or peachy blush on top of a pink. I think it's just I think it ends up making a really cool combo. All right, I think the skin is looking good. And on to eyes. So I have the e.l.f. No Budge Matte Shadow Stick in the shade Groovy, which is this burnt orange. And I was completely drawn to it because orange is my second favorite color besides blue. And I thought it'd be just a fun color to add. I really like their matte shadow sticks in the neutral shades Thrift Shop and Cool Beans that I've had that I've purchased previously, and I've been using those constantly because they're just so easy to use. All right. Okay, so here is the matte shadow stick. Got a nice crayon point. I'm going to see what the color is. Yeah, so it's really good color, burnt orange. And I thought it'd be fun to do like an orange and yellow look. I have also from e.l.f. their No Budge cream eyeshadows. And this is in the shade Sahara. So this is a little more mustard. So I thought maybe what I could do is I'm actually going to put on this all over the lid, and then I'll put this cream shadow like kind of to blend it out because it's yellow, but it's more of a mustard. Oh, and these matte shadow sticks are $5. So let's start with that. I'm just gonna kind of just go in, you know. Ooh, we got some decent color payoff. I like it just how easy these are to use because just draw it on and then you can blend it out with a brush or your fingers, and it's just really easy. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this like fluffy brush to kind of blend it out a little bit. Almost kind of like that, where it's like soft, nothing crazy, because I feel like very spring, just like a wash of like color, I think would be so pretty. I'll put on a little more. I almost feel like I don't even want to do the yellow now. So I think this is just turning out so pretty. Let's see if I do like under. Formulas are really smooth. That's what I like about these. Like, that's super pretty. Yeah, I don't even want to do the yellow. Huh! Because I think that's just so pretty. Yeah, I think that's just so cool. So pretty. Yep, I'm okay. I'm just going to do that because that was just super simple. On camera, it definitely looks a little bit brighter than in person. Just also could be the fact that I just have a lot of bright lights on me, so it could be brightening up as well. But I think it's just a really pretty, just burnt orange. I am using a fluffy brush, which is diffusing the color a little bit. And I think if I use like a more packer kind of a brush, the color would be bolder. So keep that in mind if you want it to be bolder and thicker than what I'm doing now. Try a packer brush. I just like the diffuse look it's bringing right now. Yeah, so fun. And that took me like maybe 5 minutes. And it's just a nice, easy way to add color, and it's not too expensive. I really like these shadow sticks, so I know for sure eventually I will have a lot more in my collection, but I really like this burnt orange. Like, yeah, I'm rubbing it and it's not budging. Yeah, it's not budging, and it's not coming off on my finger either. That's like from the blush. And that's so cool. Yeah, love it. Yay. Okay. All right. So since I did those change of plans, I'm going to go on to mascara real quick, which is I'm going to use the Essence Double Trouble Waterproof Mascara. Love this stuff. I've been reaching for this stuff a ton. I honestly, like, I love the way it transformed my lashes. It really does. And I think this was like $5 too. If you haven't seen my full face of Essence video, I'll link that down below. That is when I first tested this out, as well as some other Essence products, and there were some good hits in there. There's some misses, but there were some good hits in there. I just realized that I didn't put on setting spray before I did my mascara. Oh well. But I did get, and this was, yeah, so this is the last thing I got, which is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. It's the Prime Correct and Set setting spray for 16-hour wear. I got it in the extra large bottle. I just finished up my smaller one. Holy Grail setting spray. I love this. I use this for special occasions. I use this at weddings, or if I'm just going to be needing my makeup to last all day. Anything like that, I use this for. The other one is the ColourPop Pre-Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Spray. I really like that setting spray too, but I don't think it helps make my makeup last as long as this one does. So as soon as I saw the big bottle, I was like, yes, I need the big bottle because this is going to last me a long time. Yeah, I think that definitely helped with powderiness. I think, yeah, I just needed to set everything. This mirror was just like super magnified, so I'm wondering. So yeah, that setting spray definitely helped with powderiness. I think my base looks like skin. There's like, you can see that I have like some concealer on. Yeah, I'm not liking that concealer. I'm a little bit mad, if I'm being honest. Okay, so I'm actually going to add some brown eyeliner. I'm going to use this Essence Extreme Lasting Eye Pencil in But First Espresso. This is a really good pencil and a really pretty brown. I also like combining like the oranges with browns. I think it's just such a good combo. The thing is, like with my eyeliners, I'm finding that I think my ColourPop cream gel liners are like going bad or something, because I don't think they're performing as well as they did before, which is really disappointing because I thought they would last like a little longer, to be honest. Okay, and for lips, I'm just going to do a nude lip. I have my Project Pan lip liner from Estee Lauder in Spice. And then for lipstick, I'm going to go into my ColourPop Ariel lipstick, which is pretty peachy nude. I think you can still get this. I know they've repackaged it. It's not this gold packaging anymore, so I'll link it down below. Honestly, I feel like I need a gloss. I'm going to another Essence gloss in their What the Fake lip plumping filler gloss. I've been using this constantly. I'm just gonna top it off. I feel like my lips look a little dry. Okay, I'm going to zoom you guys out and give you my final thoughts on everything I tried today. Okay, so here is the final look. Overall, mostly everything was hits, which is I'm kind of surprised by. I thought some of them might be misses, not gonna lie. I was really concerned like this was going to be too dark, it'd be too glowy, it just show off a ton of texture. And I feel like it's the perfect shade, and it's a great finish. I'll have to see how well it wears. And honestly, like I'm really surprised. I feel like my skin looks very hydrated and very smooth. And I almost can't wait to put on this foundation again, because I think my skin just looks so nice, which is, I'm not a foundation girl. Like, I'm not one who's like, you know what, I have to wear foundation today. I'm usually like concealer, brows, mascara, lips, and some bronzer. Like, that's usually the extent. But I'm like, my skin looks good and youthful and healthy. Like, I've had so much water, which I need to get better at. Like, let's be honest here. And I feel like my skin just looks so good. So if you haven't tried this out, like, I recommend, especially if you have a normal skin type like I do. So I don't know how it would be with dry or oily skin, because I have just straight up normal skin. But I feel like for dry skin, I think you would like the hydration and the glowiness of it. Oily skin, you may not, just based off of what just based off of my experience with it. So yeah, I like that was a hit. The concealer, honestly, I don't like the coverage, and it's already, like, I understand I have fine lines, so I think it's gonna settle. Like, concealer's going to settle in fine lines regardless, but I feel like it was almost immediately, and I don't really like that, and I feel like my eyes look really crepey. So I'm going to keep testing it out. The shade is fine. So if you're a shade match to me, C7 works just fine. And if you're wanting more of like a skin tone match instead of a brightness effect, I just feel like I maybe have to do the whole sitting, let it sit for a little bit, trick, and do my brows and then go back and blend it out to get the coverage, to get full coverage. But honestly, like, I don't like this coverage. I'm not mad at, like, you typically go for full coverage on a day-to-day basis. The filter aspect, I'm not seeing that. I feel like it's really crepey, and I am seeing my lines. I'm also a very expressive person, so I'm like kind of used to seeing my lines, but if I can eliminate that, I would rather not. But you know what, it is what it is. Like, it's fine for $7. It's fine. It's not blowing me out of the water, For the cream blush, I thought this was super pretty, really easy to use. I love the small packaging. I think it'll be great for travel because it is so small. It's a nice pinky tone, so I can kind of play with it. As you can see, I put peach blush over top of it, and I still think that was a really good combo. It's nice, like, warm peachy tone to it because of the or not warm, but it adds like a little coolness to the peachy blush, which makes it look more like natural blush. So I like messing with that. I think the formula is really nice, really smooth. Definitely one I can't rub on, like, just from the stick. I definitely have to go in with my brush first and then apply it, but I think it looks really good. I do think that it did fade a little bit, so keep that in mind if you want like punchy blush like constantly, which sometimes I do. In this case, with this particular look, I'm okay with it fading. So it may be one of those where I have to load up a lot. I haven't tried it on the lips. I will have to try it on there as well, but I think just the color is so nice, and it's one that I can use consistently. I feel like maybe on my lips it might be a little pink personally, and I don't know. So, but for a blush, I think it's really, really, really pretty for just an easy, soft flush. Like, I think, and it's a nice hydrating formula as well. It has a little bit of a glow. So I really like that. For the bronzer, the L'Oreal Infallible Bronzer, for some reason, this collection I have a weird experience with. Like, the foundation was not my favorite. Granted, I haven't tried it in a few years, but it was super makeup-y on me, so I don't know what that was about. But anyways, for this bronzer, I like the tone. I feel like it's there, and it looks very smooth on my face. I definitely had to work with it a little bit because it seemed to just kind of go everywhere. So I just have to be a little bit more mindful. I think the color is fine. I can work with it. And also when summer comes around, I get a little tanner, and also just me being outside more, I know I'm going to get pretty tan. So I think it'll, shade wise, I think it'll work. I made it work with this, and it kind of just goes everywhere. So I have to kind of play and see if maybe I have to use a different brush for it. I don't know. So I like it. I think it's smooth. I don't know about the whole waterproof, heatproof, sweatproof. I'll have to find that out later. Okay, so for the last thing, first impression, the e.l.f. No Budge Matte Shadow Stick. You saw how easy it was for me to create this really simple, just wash orange look. I really like it. I love these shadow sticks. So if you haven't tried them out, I really recommend to go try them out. They're $5. Like, it's so convenient, and they have a sharpener on the bottom if you want to sharpen it. But yeah, overall, really like it. So I'm going to cut to the check-in later to let you know how everything wore. Okay, so here is my face right after I just got done filming, as you can see. And this is it in full-on natural lighting. I think the skin just looks so good. Like, I feel like it looks so good. Obviously with the highlighter helps. But yeah, this is right after. I'm actually gonna go see if what Jordan thinks of it. Hold on. Okay, so I have a bunch of new products on.
Okay.
Okay, I need you to tell me what you think.
Looks good. Why? Are you like videoing something right now?
Yes, I'm trying to get your opinion, but I'm also not putting you on camera because I have a feeling you don't want to be on camera.
Not right now, no.
See if that, no.
It doesn't really help.
No, it doesn't really help.
It looks good. I like the eyeshadow.
Mm-hmm.
And the lip color looks good.
Mm-hmm.
So, why are you moving around?
I'm trying to get better, like the lighting, and it's that I pretty much have like all new stuff. So what do you think of the skin? What do you think?
Well, like I said, I like the eyeshadow color.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the sculpting, you put bronzer on.
Yes.
Okay. It looks good. Like, it kind of does kind of sculpt your face and
mm-hmm.
your cheekbones and everything. So,
mm-hmm.
I like it. It looks like a good look for sure.
Mm-hmm. Does it look like I have a ton of makeup on? Does it like
Not
seem
really,
like really
no.
heavy? Like, does it seem like you see a lot of texture? Like,
I don't see a lot of texture.
Mm-hmm.
Can definitely see that you have makeup on, but like not with like some other products, like where like looking at your chin or like around
mm-hmm.
your mouth or anything like that. That I see a lot of the you can actually see the makeup. Like, this actually looks like it's pretty well blended in and everything. So I'm learning terms. Okay?
That's how I'm like, I'm impressed.
It looks good though.
Okay.
I like it. It's a good mix of products, I think.
Is there anything you don't like about it?
Not in terms of like the products, no. I guess like the only thing that looks a little off to me is the eyeshadow. Like, it looks a little bit on your left eye. It looks a little bit like it extends a little bit longer than your right eye.
Yeah, fair.
But that's about it. Like,
but you don't think anything looks bad? You don't think anything is not covered up enough? I'm also helping him with hints, by the way.
No, not really. Like, your eyebrows look a little different.
They're just more filled in.
Well, yeah, but I mean, not like they look different from each other, and it almost looks.
Oh,
like,
that's normal. They call it.
Like, it's like squared though.
The saying goes, "It's sisters, not twins."
Yes, I've heard you say it before, and I know that. I don't know a lot about makeup, so.
Well, I'll tell you. So my favorite thing is the skin, which is the foundation I'm wearing now. And yeah, I agree. It doesn't like settle here. The thing I don't like was the concealer and bronzer, just because with the use of the bronzer, like the bronzer looks nice now, but just like the use of the bronzer was not exactly easy, and the concealer is not my favorite.
Okay.
Do you know what even concealer is?
Not really. I get an idea.
So I put it here. I put it here. Because I have what they call hyperpigmentation, so I have like brown and stuff here that I like to cover up to even out my skin tone.
Okay.
There's not a wrong answer. You're looking at me like you're.
I know there's not a wrong answer, but it's like I also don't want to offend you either.
No. It's you're giving your opinion, so.
Yeah, but opinions can be taken in the wrong way and cause very bad
Yeah.
things for husbands. So
when they ask, just be honest. It's okay.
No, because if I'm honest, like if guys are honest when when girls ask the question, you know, do these jeans make my butt look big or butt look fat or something like that, you know, and we answer honestly, we get in trouble if you guys don't like the answer. So yes, there is a wrong answer for a lot of questions.
When I'm telling you I'm testing new makeup, there's not. There's not. There's not.
Okay.
Okay, so that was my very long husband's first impression. So now I'm going to cut to the wear test and see how it lasted through practice. Okay, so I am just about to get ready for bed and take my makeup off, and I figured I'd show you what it looks like. I've worn this for 8 hours, and honestly, like, you can see the concealer is not looking great. Eyeliner gone. The eyeshadow looks pretty good, didn't crease. The skin, it kind of wore off a little bit right here. Foundation did. The bronzer looks pretty good, at least in my opinion, for the fact that I was kind of out and about, and it wasn't too hot today. It was definitely humid though, and then it cooled off and then heated up again. So my skin has kind of been through it, and then everything else. But yeah, the concealer, as you can see, looks pretty crepey, and the skin doesn't look horrible, but it's definitely faded off here and here. The lip's gone because we had some homemade chicken wings for dinner, so lip's gone, but everything else looks pretty good. The concealer, like I said, is just looking a little matte and crepey, and then it kind of foundation has worn off here. It seems to have stayed on my forehead, but I feel like that hydrating aspect is definitely gone. So yeah, that is the check-in. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button if you did, and subscribe for new videos every single week. I will definitely be testing these products out more and let you know my thoughts in a future speed reviews. But let me know down in the comments, have you tried these products out, and have they worked for you? Have they are they fails? And let me know some other products that you would like for me to test out as well. But yeah, thank you again for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.